Hello, hi everyone, welcome to this channel. In the previous lecture, we discussed about what is the header file and how to write basic boilerplate code in the C using the int main function. And also, we use the first function from the standard input header file and write our hello world. We also print the hello world in the terminal. But in this lecture, we discuss about the how to write data types in the C and the variables, and also we understand why we need of the data types in the C. But before moving in the lecture, I asked to solve the assignment of the episode 1 or lecture 1 so you can learn about the basic boilerplate things in the C. If you solve the assignment, please move in this lecture forward. Let's start the lecture. I already say in this lecture we learn about the data types and the variable the C. But first of all, understand why we need data types in the C and what is the variable in the C. If you want to store anything in the memory or data, then you need a specific data like integer, or if you want to store a age, then age must be in the integer. Okay. If you want to store a state of a player like or is loading state, then you must in the use of the boolean. If you want to use the first character, then you can use a character first character, then you can use the character data type. Okay, so we have many data types in the C, and we for use for this storing our value. Okay, it is a very good. Can you classify this data type Jasraj? Okay, it's a very easy. Let's open the browser and understand about these things. Eraser eraser.io. I think I am not forget. Yeah, I am correct. I create some notes for you so we can understand easily. I already create for you file. That is actually visuals. So data types in the C, basically three types: primitive, derived, and user defined data types. Okay. Primitive data types like int, float, char, double, and the void. In int, we generally store the integer value like 3, 4, 6, 10, like that, which is the whole integers. Next is the data type is the float. We store in the float is the decimal like 4.13, 4.34, or 3.14, famous value of pi. Third is a char, double, and many more. In moving lecture, next we learn about the char and the double and the many. Second type of data types in the C is the derived. Derived data types, actually we derive the data types from the primitive. We use the 2 or 3 types from the primitive and derived, and coming a new data type is the derived. We can define also our own data types, which is defined by the user, like union, enum for the array. You don't know about the array, but in the future lecture we discuss about the enums and the union and many more about. But before moving the legs and the write the code, let's understand about the what is the size of these data types, because under the hood this all takes the space on your memory. So let's zoom. If you have an integer, then it takes 4 bytes, and the format specified is the percentage. What is the format specified? I tell you in the next, and when we open the code base and write the code. And next is the long int, which is also is the 4. Long int float, double, long, double, and char. Generally use 3 or 4, but if you are works on the memory level or RAM, then you can use the specific data type. Most important thing, remember one thing. Remember these data size of it, because I remember in my first semester, sorry, second semester, professor asked for me what is the size of the char in the C, which is actually 1 byte. You can say that sign char is 1, unsigned is also 1. You have a doubt, I think. What is the signed and the unsigned mean? I don't discuss about these things at this time because little bit complicated. First, you understand about the C and the basic fundamental about the C. Then you can easily learn for the C signed and unsigned. Let's take a deep dive and how do we declare and use the variables in the C. Let's go inside the code base. But before moving, we close the browser. Let's open the file episode. Oh, sorry, my bad. Same file. Like I given a very best example. You have a problem. What is the problem? Write a program for sum of two numbers, which is given by your professor like that. I given an example. What is your thought process? Thought process is very easy. We take a first number, and the second time we take the second number, and we add both the value, first number and second number, and we print. This is actually basic control, so we know that. Can we assign first number, second number value like that, like 5 and the 3, then we add 5 plus 3, which the result is 8. Yeah, we can do that. Like first name is equal to 3 and statement is end, so we put the semicolon. But you see the squiggly red lines in the VS Code. Why? Let's cover this. Identify first name is undefined, which is the correct, because the first name is never defined in this whole code. First name store actually integer data types, integer type value, because 3 is the integer. So what you write the int first name. You can say that array is the going. Yeah, that is a very good thing. You can also one thing, int first name. Okay, we can define the second data types, which also store the integer value. Second num, we can write the num, second num, and also write the int sum. Let's put the value in the first num, second num, and the sum. First num is equals to 3, second num is equals to 4, and sum is equal to first num plus second num, because we know that about what is the sum. Sum of two number is the first number plus second number, like 3 plus 4, 3 plus 5, and print the sum. And how to print the sum is very easy. If you want to print on anything on terminal, write the printf and sum. Let's press the Ctrl S for the saving this file. Press the Ctrl J so you can open the command terminal. Let's clear first of all the things. Let's make an executable binary for this file. It's very easy. How is the first.c for the output? We in the going for the same directory, and then after we execute this binary. Oh no, we get an error. Let's find out the error. What is it? You can see that error. It's very easy. Int main invalid conversion from int to const char. Okay. So int is a first num, int is second num, third num. First num value is a 3, second num value is a 4. First num is integer, second num also integer, and sum is also. So we can typecast for that here. Okay, so that is not actually problem. We actually forget the one thing. I tell you what, because we print the sum directly in the printf and printf accept a in character or sorry string, then we can do one thing. We specify the formatter. And what is the formatter for the integer? We know that about the %d. Put the space and comma. What is the value here? Is the sum. Let's save the code again and execute the previous statement. Oh nice, you can see that 7 hello world. Let's clear all of the things and press the control there. I revise all of the things because it's a tough for the juniors. Int first num, we actually declare the first num. Okay, second line also we declare the second num, but we don't initialize the both of these. In the third line we declare the sum, declare the sum. If you see in the line number 21, clearly we see in the we declare the initialize the first sum num by the 3 or assign the value. In the second num also we assign the value 4. In the line number 23 we added the both the value and store in the sum variable, which the data types is the int. Whenever you need the data types, simply hover. If you hover, then you get the int sum. Int is the data types. So whenever you want to print anything, then it means printf accept the string, but you don't have a string because sum is the actually integer data type. Then we specify the formatter for this. For the sum, formatter is the data type is the int. For the formatter for the int is the %d. Then we write the %d. Yeah, very good. We write a very good program. And let's discuss about the more about these things. I write a second file for the float and write operation like multiply and the divide. I come inside the folder and click the right click and create a new file, second.c. Write a basic boilerplate code, hash include standard input output file .h int main, open the curly braces and return 0. That is a basic boilerplate code. We need to first num and the second num, both are the float, and multiply and give the result. Is very easy. So I write for you, first num must be float, second num also be float, float, and create a variable result where you store the first num into second num, and result is also type of float. So let's int first num is equals to 3.12. Sorry, my bad. Only declare the variable. Int second and result must be float because we multiply the my bad, it's the not int, is the float. Yeah, so come on the point again, result must be float. Why? Because we multiply the float into float, like 1.1 into 1.1, then we got the result is the 1.21. So 1.21 is also float, like 1.1 into 1.1, then we get the result 1.21, which is also float. Okay, so we define the variable by the name of result, and data types must be float and result. We declare the variable. Let's assign the values. So first num is equals to 1.1, second num is equals to 1.1, and the result must be my bad, first num into second num. Okay, let's print out the result, but you know that printf accept only the string, but result is not a string. Then what you do? Simply specify the formatter. For the float is the very basic %f by the name of float. %f, device space, and result. Sorry, right, result. Before run the code, please always press the Ctrl F so you can save the file. Press the Ctrl J for the opening the terminal and write the previous command, but we change the 2-3 things. We write the second because the file name is a change. Second, okay. Run the command. You can get the 1.210000. What is the meaning of this? But we want to result only 1.21. That is actual precision in the mathematics. Computer always gives the for the float is the till the 6-digit precision. If you want to less, then also get 0.2. That gives the only 2-digit precisions. Sorry, 1.21. It completely depends upon the u. If you write the 10, then I think you get only 6. Oh, nice. It's the 10. So that is a float. Let's create another file and where we discuss about the char data types. I think this is the last char and the boolean. I think we don't need to create another file. Character. Character is very simple data types and store the 1 byte in the memory. Sorry, take a 1 byte in the memory. If you want to declare any character, simply use the char, char, and name of the variable ch and store the value in the second line. But you don't use the double quotation. If you use the double quotation, it means it's the by default is a string. So use the simple quotation and write only one character. Only one means 1. Let's print this. But printf is also only accept the string. Then we write the format specifier in the %c and ch. Let's save this file and run the previous command. You can see that oh, good, nice. This is the character which is store actually 1 byte. Sorry, takes 1 byte. Why am I saying again and again wrong? Takes 1 bytes byte in memory. Okay, let's move for the next, which is the boolean. What is the mean of boolean? Booleans means simply it's a condition is true or false. Its condition is true, that means boolean store the 1 or true. If false, then boolean store the false or 0. 1 means true, 0 means false. So 1 means true in computer science and 0 means, sorry my bad, false. Remember these things. These are very basic things. So for the boolean, if you remember carefully, if you see the table, then you must remember boolean start with the bool. Because boolean is a data type is a bool, not a boolean. Boolean is another language like Java and another type of language. Bool is pending. So it's like a state, not bool is the boolean, I think. But we cannot use bool because we don't have a include the library. Let's include the library std bool.h. I remember exactly. So that error is going is pending. We can put true. Let's print this thing. I don't know about the what is the format specifier. %d, yes, for the %d, and is pending. Save this file, press the Ctrl J and run the previous command again to get the 1. Let's change one thing. False. It means result must be 0 for the false. is the get 0. It means we are correct and we learn many more things in the about. But you clearly think about the one thing. What is this thing? We always first declare or initialize the variable for that variable. Then we store the value like that int num. It means we first declare. After that, we write the num is equals to 4 or 3. Then we assign. What is the mean of the whole things? First of all, you declare the variable always, then you assign. Yeah, you can do that. But if you write the fast code, if you have very large code base, then you can use the short trick. You can declare or assign the whole variables in the only one line. How this possible? Like that. Int age. Simply put the equal to mark and 23. So this is the actually value, or this is the actually declaration or variable name. So we can in the one line declare and assign the variable value in the one step by the writing of the first of all data types, and the second thing is the what is the name of variable, and third thing assign the value simply. Let's print the age. We are a what or right or wrong, assign the or age. We can do one thing, put a slash n here or slash n here. Press the control S, semicolon. You can see that 23. It means we are correct. We are on the correct path. So we are learn many things in this about the second lecture. So how we write the data types in the C. Let's revise the whole lecture because it's very complicated. I asked to watch this lecture 2 or 3 times and read the many more articles about this type, because this is the very important for this semester Viva exam. In this lecture, we discuss about the data types and the variable in the C. First of all, I asked the question whenever I start the lecture, what is the data type and why we need the data types? Whenever you need to store a specific type of data in your memory, like is the RAM or SSD, then you use the data types. For example, if you want to use or store only integer, then you can use the int data type in C. If you want to store in the decimal value, you can use float. If you want to use like character, then you can use char data types, and many more data types like unsigned int, signed int, and many more things. So whenever you need, you can simply open the browser and click on search bar and simply write the what is the unsigned mean, unsigned integer. You get the many more articles where you can read easily. Okay, first of all, and after that we understand about the what is the integer data types. Integer take the 4 bytes. Then we understand about the floats. Where is the file? Yeah, that is a float. We also do the multiply, and also understand about the what is the format specifier, and also about the bool. Bool stands for the boolean. Int, that is very basic. And in the last thing, we understand about the how to declare the assign in the whole variable in the one line only, like line number 49. I give the one more example. I think float pi is equals to 3.14 and printf. Okay, wait. What can you tell me the what is the format specifier or for this float? Yeah, you remember? Yes, you are right. %f and pi. Save the file. Run the previous command 3.14. For the specific precision, you can use the 0.2f or 0.3f. It's completely depends upon the u. So I write the 0.10f. So this is the whole lecture about the data types and the variable. But this lecture is not end actually, because whenever you define the data types, then you must remember about the how to write a good variable name. we have in the whole our coding styles and the whole coding programming journey. We can use the 4 to 5 like styles, but we most focus on the like C, and also depends upon this coding style upon the language. For example, if you use the Python, that is very different. If you use the Python, then how to use like that, or how to write this type of variable like float. What is the age? Age is defined or not? Float is name, not age name, player name, but we can store in the character char. Player first char is equal to like player name is Rakesh, then we can use R. So you can see very difference, because where now we can use the underscore, but where use the underscore. Here we not use the any capital letter, but we use the capital letter. So in the next class we discuss about the how to write a very coding style for the variables of variables. But after this lecture, I urge to solve the assignment file. It's very important for you. Let's remove this. We don't need of this emoji. I write a very basic 2 or 3 question for you. I urge to solve this by the using of, you can use the Google, but don't use for the ChatGPT because it's not useful for the beginners. I also include a solution for you, but I don't advise to go for this solution. First of all, you write the own solution. If you write the own solution, then compare your solution by the given solution. If a solution met, please ping me on Discord or YouTube so I can give you a heart, so everyone knows, oh, this guy is very cool and write the solution for this. Okay, bye everyone.